Our mission here is simple. We want to break down how cholesterol works, what makes those levels go up, and most importantly, give you some clear, actionable ways to manage it.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Exactly. Simplify the complex stuff.
And we've got some great perspectives today from top cardiologists, Mass General Brigham, Columbia University, Temple University. We've pulled their insights together.
So you'll leave here not just like knowing more facts, but actually feeling empowered. Maybe even have a few aha moments.
That's the goal. Practical stuff that can genuinely impact your long-term health, a real shortcut to being well-informed on this.
Okay, so let's dive in. First off, cholesterol itself isn't bad, right?
Mm.
Your body actually needs it. It's essential for survival.
Right, for building cells, making hormones, all that.
Exactly.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. Something Dr. Romit Bhattacharya at Mass General Brigham pointed out. The average American, we have something like 2 to 5 times more cholesterol than we biologically need.
Wow. 2 to 5 times? That's
Yeah.
a lot.
It is. And that overload, well, it mostly comes down to diet.
Okay.
Dr. Bhattacharya really emphasizes this. The overproduction, the extra intake, it's fueled by sugar, saturated fats, cholesterol-rich foods. They're like the key building blocks your body uses.
So too many building blocks leads to problems.
Precisely. It throws the whole system out of whack. And that's where the risk comes in.
High cholesterol isn't just a number then. It really bumps up your risk for serious stuff, heart disease, heart attack, stroke.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is why getting tested is so
Yeah.
important. The American Heart Association, the AHA, they have clear guidelines.
Right, like a lipid panel blood test every, 4 to 6 years if you're healthy and under 40?
Yeah, that's the baseline. But if you already have heart risk factors, family history, high blood pressure, diabetes, that kind of thing, then it's more often,
Yeah.
every 6 to 12 months.
Okay. And when you get those results back, there are specific numbers to aim for.
Yes. You want your LDL, that's the bad one, under 100 milligrams per deciliter, ideally.
Under 100 for LDL. Got it.
HDL, the good cholesterol, you want that over 60. Total cholesterol, keep it under 200. And triglycerides, another type of fat, below 150.
Those are the key targets, okay?
Your doctor watches those closely.
So that covers the what and why. Let's get to the how. What can people actually do about it? I love this metaphor Dr. Bhattacharya uses.
Yeah.
The leaky tub.
It's a great way to picture it. He says, basically, you can't drain the tub faster, but you can control the faucet.
Meaning you control what's going in your intake and what your body makes.
Exactly. It's about managing the source, not just, frantically trying to undo damage after the fact.
That makes so much sense. And it leads right into these dietary strategies. Let's break them down. First one, swapping butter for healthier oils. We hear this a lot, but why is it so effective?
Well, Dr. Bhattacharya points out that saturated fats, the kind in butter, coconut oil, palm oil, are converted into cholesterol by your body really, really efficiently.
Ah, okay. So those fats are prime fuel for cholesterol production.
Right. So switching to oils like avocado, canola, flaxseed, olive, sunflower, that helps cut down the fuel supply.
Makes sense.
But, and this is important, even those healthier oils are calorie dense. So portion control still matters. You can't just, drown everything in olive oil.
Good point. Overdoing even healthy fats can lead to weight gain, other issues.
Right. Metabolic imbalance. It's all connected.
And what about dairy? Another source of saturated fat.
A big one, especially in Western diets.
Hmm.
Dr. Bhattacharya notes that dairy fat is quite concentrated. Think about it. It's designed for growing calves.
Yeah, okay.
So switching to zero-fat dairy or unsweetened plant-based options, almond milk, soy milk is a smart move.
But watch out for coconut-based ones.
Yeah, check the labels.
Yeah.
Some coconut milks or yogurts can be surprisingly high in saturated fat, even though they're plant-based.
Good tip. Okay, protein sources. Red meat.
Dr. Bhattacharya calls red and processed meats cholesterol landmines. Pretty vivid, huh?
Yeah, paints a picture. So the alternatives.
Leaner choices. Fish, especially fatty fish like salmon that's rich in omega-3s, skinless poultry, and great plant-based options like seitan, tempeh, tofu. These actually help improve your lipid profile, not just avoid making it worse.
Okay, let's talk fiber. We always hear eat more fiber, but you mentioned soluble fiber being key.
That's the aha moment, right?
Yeah.
Soluble fiber found in oats, beans, apples, citrus fruits, psyllium. It does something amazing. It forms this gel in your digestive system. And that gel literally traps cholesterol and bile acids.
Wow, so it stops cholesterol from even getting into your bloodstream.
Exactly. It basically escorts it out. Plus, it helps you feel full, which is great for appetite control.
So load up on leafy greens, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, potatoes with skin, and whole grains.
Absolutely. Which leads us nicely to whole grains themselves.
Right. They're cholesterol-free, plus packed with that beneficial fiber.
Yep. Lowers LDL, reduces fat absorption. Think quinoa, farro, amaranth, brown rice. Steel cut or rolled oats are fantastic.
And check bread labels carefully. Make sure it says 100% whole wheat.
Definitely. Multigrain can sometimes just mean multiple types of refined flour. Look for that whole grain first ingredient.
Okay. Snacking. What's a smart choice?
Whole fruits and raw unsalted nuts. Nutrient-dense, fiber-rich, low in saturated fat. Berries are especially good for heart health.
But maybe not fruit juice.
Generally, whole fruit is better. Juice loses the fiber and concentrates the sugar. And blended smoothies, while they can be healthy, sometimes bypass your body's natural fullness signals because they're pre-digested, essentially.
Interesting point. Okay, vegetables. Dr. Bhattacharya's question about treating veggies like steak. That's a good one.
It really shifts your perspective, doesn't it? Make them the star. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale, spinach, pile them on. They're fiber powerhouses, zero cholesterol.
And plant-based proteins again, like beans and lentils.
Yes, they fit right in. High-protein, low-cholesterol plant foods keep you full, support muscle health, metabolic health. Black beans, kidney beans, soybeans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu, edamame, all great choices.
Okay, number 9 is a big one for many people. Sugary drinks.
Huge. And the connection isn't always obvious, but sugar triggers insulin.
Right.
And insulin signals your liver to basically make more cholesterol.
Ah, so cutting sugar directly reduces cholesterol production.
Exactly. It turns down the internal faucet. So stick with water, unsweetened herbal teas, maybe sugar-free beverages in moderation. Ditch the soda, sugary coffee drinks, sweetened energy drinks.
Makes sense. And finally, starting the day right with breakfast.
Yeah, set yourself up for success. Aim for fiber, protein, healthy fats, things like a tofu or egg white scramble on whole grain toast.
Or oatmeal with nuts and berries.
Perfect. Or even Greek yogurt with some banana and nut butter, filling and balanced.
These diet strategies sound really powerful, but you mentioned earlier, even healthy foods, overeating is still a risk.
Absolutely critical point from Dr. Bhattacharya. Balance is everything. You can absolutely sabotage your efforts by overeating even the good stuff.
So portion control is key no matter what you're eating.
Precisely. He suggests picturing that healthy plate. Half non-starchy veggies, a quarter lean protein, and a quarter whole grains and healthy fats. That proportion helps.
Any practical tips to avoid accidentally overeating?
Simple things can help. Use smaller plates, eat mindfully away from the TV or computer screen, maybe track your meals for a bit, just for awareness, and drinking water before meals can help too.
That all points towards lifestyle being the real foundation, doesn't it? Dr. Arun Manmohan at Columbia really stresses this.
He does. He says lifestyle is the bedrock, even if you end up needing medication like statins later on.
Because diet and exercise offer benefits beyond just cholesterol.
Exactly. They improve blood pressure, insulin sensitivity, weight management, all without the potential side effects that can sometimes come with medications. It's a win-win.
So exercise recommendations, what should people aim for?
The AHA standard is a good target. At least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity aerobic activity.
Like brisk walking, cycling, swimming.
Yep, those are great examples. And don't forget strength training twice a week. It's great for your heart, bones, overall metabolism.
Okay. And habits to definitely avoid. Smoking seems obvious.
Non-negotiable for heart health. The chemicals in tobacco smoke actually make your LDL cholesterol stickier.
Stickier, meaning more likely to clog arteries.
Exactly. It directly promotes plaque buildup, a direct assault on your arteries.
And what about stress? We hear more about that connection now.
Yeah, the evidence is growing. Chronic stress is linked to higher LDL and triglyceride levels.
So managing stress is actually part of managing cholesterol.
It really is. Mindfulness, exercise, good sleep, these aren't just nice-to-haves. They're important tools for heart health.
Okay, this is a really comprehensive look at general management, but there's a specific life stage, particularly for women, that you mentioned, has a big impact we don't always talk about, menopause.
Yes, it's a really significant factor, often overlooked in the cholesterol conversation.
Most people think hot flashes, maybe mood changes, but cholesterol.
Absolutely. Dr. Deborah Crabb at Temple University points this out clearly. Cholesterol levels tend to rise specifically in that year before and the year after the final menstrual period.
Right around that transition.
Exactly. And during that time, total cholesterol, LDL, and even something called apolipoprotein B, which is like the taxi carrying the LDL cholesterol around, often increase. This directly pushes up cardiovascular disease risk.
Okay, so what's happening biologically? Why the increase?
The primary driver is the drop in estrogen. Estrogen actually has protective effects on cholesterol metabolism.
How so?
Well, it helps remove cholesterol from tissues and supports how the liver processes fats. As estrogen levels fall during menopause, that protection weakens.
And that leads to LDL going up and HDL going down.
Typically, yes.
Yeah.
You often see about a 10 to 15% rise in LDL and maybe a similar drop in HDL. It's a noticeable shift.
Is it only estrogen or are other hormones involved?
It's not just estrogen. Other shifts happen too. For example, declining levels of something called anti-Mullerian hormone, AMH, might also play a role. It seems to affect steroid hormone production in a way that can contribute to dyslipidemia, that unhealthy fat balance in the blood.
And then lifestyle factors can pile on top of these hormonal changes.
Right. Dr. Jennifer Wong over at Memorial Care highlights this. Aging often comes with changes, maybe less physical activity, shifts in diet. These compound the hormonal effects.
Creating a bit of a perfect storm.
It can, yeah. And there's data to back this up. A big Chinese study from 2023 found that women who were more than 6 years past menopause had significantly worse lipid profiles, lower HDL, higher LDL, compared to those who were only a couple of years into it.
The impact seems pretty clear and measurable over time.
Definitely.
So during menopause, monitoring becomes even more critical.
Dr. Krabs strongly advises it. Cardiovascular disease in women often shows up like 10 to 15 years after menopause starts. So you need to be proactive during the transition.
Preparing for that delayed effect.
Exactly. And your doctor might suggest more advanced tests beyond the standard lipid panel, especially if you have other risk factors. Things like checking apolipoprotein B levels or even LDL particle size.
Getting a more detailed picture of the risk.
Right.
Okay, so knowing that cholesterol tends to rise isn't great news, but what can women do during and after menopause?
It's not hopeless, right?
Absolutely not hopeless. You're definitely not powerless. The first step is crucial. Have that detailed talk with your doctor.
Discussing cholesterol, blood sugar, blood pressure, the whole picture.
Yes, get that full cardiovascular risk assessment. That's your baseline.
And medication might be part of the conversation, like statins.
It might be. Drugs like Trestor or Lipitor are common. Whether you need them depends entirely on your specific levels and your overall risk profile. It's an individual decision.
What about hormone replacement therapy, HRT? Does that help with cholesterol?
It can sometimes improve the numbers, yeah, but it's generally not prescribed just for cholesterol management. There are other risks and benefits to weigh with HRT. Got it. So back to lifestyle. Diet recommendations stay pretty consistent.
They do. The AHA really emphasizes that DHH-style diet. Lots of fruits, veggies, whole grains, lean proteins, low-fat dairy, legumes, potassium-rich foods.
And focusing on fiber again, especially soluble fiber.
Yes, aim for around 30 grams of fiber daily if you can. Oats, beans, apples are great sources. And getting enough omega-3s, maybe 2 to 3 grams a day, from fatty fish or supplements if needed.
And the exercise recommendations are the same too?
Still foundational. That 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity or 75 minutes of vigorous, plus the 2 strength sessions each week. Consistency is key.
And reinforcing the don'ts avoid tobacco.
Definitely. Smoking or vaping makes everything worse regarding cholesterol and artery health. Be mindful of alcohol too, and prioritize sleep, aiming for that consistent 7 to 9 hours.
Maintaining a healthy weight through all this is also important.
Hugely important. Yes, it ties everything together.
So wrapping this specific part up, menopause clearly brings changes that can significantly impact cholesterol and long-term heart risk. Even a relatively small LDL increase matters.
It really does underscore the need for vigilance during that life stage.
Okay, let's boil down the key takeaways from this whole deep dive. What should listeners really focus on?
First, talk to your doctor. Get tested. Understand your personal risk, especially around menopause.
Right. Know your numbers, cholesterol, blood sugar, blood pressure. Monitor them regularly.
Second, embrace that heart-healthy lifestyle. It's your #1 defense. Diet, exercise, sleep, stress management, they all work together.
And third?
Don't be afraid to discuss medication if lifestyle changes aren't enough. High cholesterol is, as Dr. Mamhadan said, very manageable for most people.
Over 95% can get it under control with lifestyle and, if needed, meds.
Exactly. So the message isn't about perfection, it's about starting. Start small, build consistency.
It's powerful to see how a life stage like menopause can affect something like cholesterol. But like you said, the knowledge gives you power. So here's something to think about. Now that you understand your cholesterol levels better and maybe see the specific links to your own life journey, what does that empower you to do differently? How can you protect your heart health, not just for today, but really for the decades ahead?
It's not about massive overnight changes. It's those consistent small steps,
Mhm.
right? They add up. They build that healthier future.